Hey, I'm Dr. Susanna Bazzoni, and I want to talk a little bit more about the GLP-1 agonist medications that everyone seems to be taking. So these are your Wegovy or your Ozempic or your Mounjaro or all of those guys or that class of medication. And I've already done one video that talks about the potential risks of these medication with the awareness that it doesn't mean that these aren't right for anybody, but we don't need to adopt this as the solution. Recognizing that 75+% of Americans are struggling with overweight and obesity, and that never in history has a single medication solved a chronic disease crisis. And in fact, these are a $16,000 estimated yearly cost medication that one is supposed to take lifelong if they don't want to regain the weight back. Okay, all that said, let's talk about the mechanism, right? GLP-1 agonist, what does it even mean? What is it doing? And how could we utilize that mechanism in the food that we eat in our day, in our daily life, and maybe not spend $16,000 a year doing it and driving our country into further bankruptcy related to our healthcare expenditure, $4.5 trillion a year last time I checked. So what's really cool is that this mechanism, the glucagon-like peptide 1, is an incretin. Why would you want to take an incretin? But basically, this is stimulated from the gut. And doesn't it always boil down to the gut? Of course it does. The health of your microbiome. And of course, you know, if you've watched anything I've ever talked about, how to stimulate and support the health of your microbiome. Fiber. Right? So this study was done looking at what foods would stimulate the production of GLP-1, the very mechanism that people are injecting this weekly medication or whatever for weight loss and or diabetes. Well, you can stimulate it, and this study showed that you could stimulate it with the food choices that you eat, namely fiber. There it is. Fiber, right? Because what does fiber do? A diversity of fiber sources helps diversify and support the health of the microbiome, those trillions of organisms that line our entire intestinal tract, to support the production of short-chain fatty acids. Short-chain fatty acids reduce inflammation, heal the leaky gut, the tight junctures cross into the entire system, and help you fight disease rather than feed it. Yes, but what do they also do? They attach to this receptor in the gut to support the production of GLP-1. Boom. So why don't you save your money on the injections and address the root driver and eat more fiber-rich plants, specifically vegetables, whole grains, avocados, unsaturated fat sources. It included eggs as well, and replacing the saturated fat sources with these fiber-rich or unsaturated fat sources that you could actually help promote the production of GLP-1 further. The second study done by the amazing Kaliova in 2019 showed that relative to, they did one regular omnivorous meal compared to a vegan meal, and they showed that the vegan meal, meaning a whole food plant-based meal, helps support the production of GLP-1 as well. So what does that mean? What does that do? Well, there's loads of mechanisms behind this, but that's just one of them that can help with weight loss and satisfaction, right? Remembering that the way that these medications work is by slowing gastric emptying, helping you feel more satisfied. Well, fiber does that, and 97% of Americans are deficient in it. I don't know how many times I could say this, but please eat the fiber, save your money on the medications, and watch the power you can create if we get rid of the processed foods, we eat more whole foods, and make most of them fiber-rich plants. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.